Hey, Miss Toni, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you, Malcolm?
Can't complain, can't complain. Good
Look
day
at
to
that big smile. That's right. That's right. Give it to me this morning. Where are you in LA?
I'm in Arkansas.
Oh, so you 3 hours ahead, right?
Oh, yeah, man.
What time
Two
is it?
hours. It's actually no, it's 1 o'clock, 1:10 right now.
So it's only 2 hours. Oh,
2 hours. Yeah,
good afternoon.
definitely a good day, and I appreciate you for your time today. So I actually got a chance to watch the American Gangster. It was a good episode,
That's a
definitely.
good. Thank you. The feedback that I'm getting is so good.
No,
A Smith and Company did an amazing job of portraying my life and putting it out there. I was really nervous about that, but they did a great job, if I can say so. I've watched it when everybody else watched it. So I was like, oh my God, that's me.
a beautiful smile as well. So you hold your own, keep cool under pressure. Like even just understanding like how early you got involved with, just the hustle. Like, how do you feel like this generation nowadays, like emulate that role? What does it take to really keep your cool with decision making and knowing like the game in general? Like, how was it for you?
It's really different, and the game is really different now. People don't play the same as they did back then. As you know, being in when you listen to us, watch our history, we don't have, I'm not trying like that many lives that was taken. And now the games is different and people are robbing, stealing, and there's no loyalty in it anymore. When I was coming through, it was loyal, and you had to respect who was above you and all that. Nowadays it's kind of like I don't know where they at, and I'm not in it. I hear certain things now, but I would be like, wow, I couldn't do it. If I had to do it all over, I know I couldn't do it. There's no loyalty in it at all, at all. So yeah, it's totally different.
No, definitely. So, what does the word like loyalty mean to you?
It means it's an honorable thing. It's loyalty, is trust. If I have love for you, it's a love thing. We honor, we trust one another. We stick by one another. We take care of one another. That's what it means to me. We don't. We it's our history together. It's a bond. And that's what it means. It's an honor. It's a bond. We don't talk against each other. We don't go against each other. That's what it is to me.
Absolutely. So, I'm just understanding that you from Detroit? Am I correct?
I'm born and raised the west side of Detroit. What up,
Definitely.
though?
Yeah, most definitely. So as far as just how did you become like even with the title like the Lady of BMF? I guess that's what the storyline's about, and the show's out right now and it's getting a lot of reviews. So like what do you feel like that life was like? Was that like the TV show or was it
I'm sorry, my dogs are going crazy and I don't know what to do with them. But I didn't give myself that name. You know what I'm saying? It kind of was birthed upon me, and everybody, oh, she's saying it's not, it was given to me. When I was indicted, the prosecutors gave that name to me and it kind of stuck. So when I came home, I tried to I was doing a show and I had to back out of that show, not because of anybody else. Nobody shut it down. Nobody did anything that I had to back out of it because I was on probation and things were happening. And so that name came from, I can say, from the indictment in 2005. I was one of the first ladies that was indicted from BMF. You know, if we know, I think it was 26 of us indicted in the beginning, and it was what the prosecutor labeled me as. Like I said, I've been in this game way before, even before BMF, been since '87. I came about and hitting these streets. You know.
so just seeing like you had your own even before they even came about. So even with a woman, just independence, like how is that though? Just because that's like people thinking like it's a man's sport, but with a woman, and like she's always got to be the one like thinking ahead. Just
We always thinking ahead of y'all. We always
yeah,
telling y'all what's going on. But yeah, I just thought, when I got with my ex-husband and we got into it, and he'd tell you, we finally are able to have a conversation. I always thought, it might be my thinking, but I thought ahead of him. I always thought that I could see things, a lot clearer than him. I can make moves. It could have been my ego. I thought I could make moves better than him, and that's how it was. So, I didn't have, as you get older, you have a fear. I didn't have a fear back then. I sometimes when I was watching that and I was thinking about that bus trip and all that stuff, I was like, God, I really had some nerves. I really, it wasn't nothing for me to go and make a move and not and I have a fear about not thinking about getting caught at anything. I thought, I guess slicker than slicker, grandiosity thoughts or something. I don't know what it was, but I just did it, you know?
Just putting it together with the man and the woman, like everybody wants to have their own independence, but what does it take with that loyalty though? Because you have to make your own decisions between like love and loyalty, and even with
Yes.
your husband, just knowing like
Mhm.
just domestic violence and all the things that people trying to keep it together. Like, what made you make your decision to like choose that loyalty and commit to the game pretty much?
You know what? I still question myself about that stuff. Even like, even I talk to other women being in an abusive relationship, what made me stay or why. I don't know. I can't. It's just, I guess, a way that I was brought up that I have to be loyal. I'm loyal to this person because beyond all that, he still, this crazy thought. I know he still had my back in all of this. You know what I'm saying? I can't explain it, why I stuck with it, why I was that loyal. A part of me maybe I was toxic at the time. I don't know. I look back and think about it, why. I knew I wanted to get out of it at some point. I just didn't know how. And once I got out of it, it was great and amazing. I didn't talk about it. My family didn't talk about it. But when I look back at it and I talk to other people, the same thing. Why didn't you get out? Why was it? Because a lot of people say they didn't get out because they couldn't take care of themselves. I could take care of myself. So I don't know. What kind of love was it? I don't know. It's very strange. I don't know. Like you said, a strange loyalty, a misguided loyalty.
Oh, definitely. And then you had to, with that blind loyalty, you had to make a decision. That's when you met T. And T, he held your back and just, y'all were both, together,
Yeah,
inseparable.
yeah, we were
Like,
inseparable.
most
Mhm.
definitely. So with that love, like, how do you feel? Like, what have you taught him as far as growth, and what has he taught you? And just, even now, just can reflect on that type of life, and y'all were just growing. Like, you look young for your age, by the way. So just
Yeah.
continuing these lessons that y'all teaching to y'all kids, just how to keep things together as far as our people in like hard times like that.
Yeah,
Because
I just tell people now it's so much that we can do. Even like I even try to show people, even through the pandemic, look how creative that people became, and look how many millionaires, came out of the pandemic. And so we are smart. We just got to figure out other ways to, use our gifts, because to run a drug empire, to sell drugs and all of that, that's a gift. That's using numbers, that's using your brain, that's using all that. That's, manipulating the system, manipulating the police, all kind of stuff. So that tells you that you are a very smart person, and you can run anything that you put your mind to. Now, like me, I'm not selling drugs anymore, but I'm maintaining and I'm doing so many different other things that if I had did that long ago, no telling where I could have been at today. But I used my strengths to want to be in the street. I want that fast life, the glamour. The glamour sold me then, like the glamour sell these people now. All the jewelry and, all the watches and the fancy cars. When I was coming up and wanting to get in the game, that was the same thing that sold me. I went to a party and I was like, ooh, I want to be that. I want to be just like that. You have a lot of people like that. So we have to start showing and telling people our youth, you can become anything you want to become. You don't even have to go out there and sell drugs. You don't have to be that. If you put your mind to it, just like if you want to rap, you want to, you want to be in tech, you can do all that. You just got to put your mind to it. And we are smart, creative people. A lot of us just can't visualize it, but you are. If you put your mind to it, you focus on it, and you say, I'm going to do it, get you a mentor, get around somebody that's doing it, instead of getting around the guy who's selling drugs. I'm not a hypocrite. I don't care what people do. I do care what they do, but I don't say, oh, I'm not that person. But if I had to tell like my younger son that didn't go to prison, I push his gifts on him all the time. You can do this. You smart. You smart. And people come to him all the time, and just make him feel, just let him know there's other ways that you can use your life or do things in your life. And that's what I push now.
What does success look like to you?
Um, it looks like, I don't even know about the success part. What I want to do is build a different legacy. People, I can't get rid of my past, and people know me as the first lady of BMF selling drugs or whatever. But when my grandchildren and my granddaughters come up and look at me, I want them to say, oh, look where she came from and look who she is now. Look at the amazing things. Look at the amazing things she's doing now. Look at the path and she's opened up for young girls and young people to do. I look at them and see me. Yeah, I came from prison. I came out of prison, but look at me now. Y'all see me on television, not only just from, American Gangster Trap Queens. And I thank, A.S.T.A.T.E and company for giving me the opportunity, because now more eyes are on me and they can see the other amazing things I'm doing, like from prison reform, from my company Concrete, built around former incarcerated individuals. We have our own PR firm that are doing amazing things. We're doing, marketing for Rock Nation, Facebook, and everybody. I want people to start seeing, where they can see where I came from, but where am I going? Where's my life taking me now? And A. Smith and Company and other people that's giving me second chances, that believe in me, can see where I'm going now. I'm not just going to be known as, the first lady of BMF that was selling drugs all the way from 87 to now,
I'm definitely here. I read a book like the other day. It's called Think and Grow Rich. It's by
Oh,
Napoleon.
yeah, I read that in prison. Isn't that an amazing book? Yeah.
And I just
I think.
realized I looked
Mhm.
at your timeline, like you 37, 38, you still were just, rolling, trying to figure it out. And like
Right.
self-preservation, it ain't really no time limit
There's
just to
no time limit, right? And
right.
we put that in our head. And I used to think, oh, I'm getting so I can't do nothing. And look, look at me, I'm moving, like I said, gracefully now, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, positive. I feel amazing. I feel uplifted. I'm, just in God's grace now. I used to say I'm gonna come home and change my karma, because that was bad karma back then. But now I think I've changed it. I know I've changed it. I wake up every day and I try to be kind, and grateful, and work towards something positive every day. No matter what the naysayers and what people say about me, y'all can't even touch me, can't even touch my life. I'm way above that.
Absolutely. What do you want to give back? Like with just like the prison reforms, and like even knowing now with the pandemic, a lot of people is just like sick, the mental health part, just don't feel like they have anyone to go to. Like, how could we show more compassion as people, just as far as to provide those changes and just, uplift each other?
I just, like I said, I work on being kind every day, no matter what hit me. I try being kind to the next person, like you said, being compassionate, understanding that we all go through something. We don't know people's backstories. We don't know what they went through. So I practice trying to be, understanding people. I practice helping people, like my prison reform. I know of so many people that's left in prison that need help. We all was ignorant when we went into the system. I was very ignorant. I didn't know the laws. And that's why I tell people to try to learn something about the law, because if you go in there, it's easy to get in there and it's hard to come out. And so if I can help people, that's what I do. If that might not be my niche, but if you ask me, I'm gonna find somebody it might be. I'm always referring people, or this might help you, because I would want people to reach back and help me. If I can help you, I'm gonna try to do that. I can't help everybody, but sometimes we need to pass the torch. And that's what's wrong with us. We think that we gotta have it all. You ain't gotta have it all. You gotta have the most money. You don't have to have any of that. It's gonna always be money made. It's gonna always be positions. People like who they like. They're gonna love who they love. We all gonna shine in our own light. So we need to share these platforms and help one another.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm gonna finish off with like two questions. Well, the last question actually. What's your top five gangster movies and top five
Oh
gangster?
my God, I don't know. Like Scarface. Um, what can I say? I don't know. I don't really watch gangster flicks. I just know Scarface because that story from the prosecutor was relatable. That one, and what's the other one? Not Scarface. What's the old one that had all the trilogy, had the long one?
Oh, there's all three of them. Yeah.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Um, what's another one I like? I like the one with Al Pacino and not Scarface, the other one where he no, what's the one where the guy kept getting caught up and then at the end, his daughter, he kept daydreaming about his daughter on a prison yard. He
You
got
talking about Blow? I think that's Blow with Johnny Depp.
blow,
Yeah.
blow was really good. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I'm just somewhere in that area. I just can't remember names, but yeah, a
Yeah.
few. What was the other question?
Yeah. No. Who is Toni? Tonesa Toni Welch. Who is in 3 words? You can give me 3 words.
A loving mother. Oh, well, let me see. Compassionate, grateful, loving mother.
All right, most
Yes.
definitely.